What's up, everybody? Cinephile Mike here, and we are in Season 4 of Awards Season Reviews, counting down to the 98th Academy Awards with 98 reviews in 98 days. Quick reminder before I dive into today's film, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the awards coming your way. We're starting to round it down. The Oscars are just around the corner. Today, we're in our 12th theme week. It's Annie Week, in honor of the Annie Awards that occurred the other night. This week, I am looking at animated films or live-action films with animated elements that were nominated this year. And today, I am closing with the last of the 3 Annie-nominated films that are nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. We looked at Little Amelie. We looked at Arco. Earlier this season, we looked at Zootopia 2 and K-Pop Demon Hunters. So now we have to get to Disney Pixar's Elio. Written by the team of Julia Cho, Mark Hamill, and Mike Jones, from a story by Cho, along with the directing team of Madeline Sharafian, Domee Shi, and Adrian Molina. Elio was released in theaters last June. Elio focuses on a young boy, voiced by Jonas Kibrieb, grappling with loss and longing after the death of his parents. Now living with his aunt Olga, voiced by Zoe Saldana, an Air Force major who put her own astronaut dreams on hold to raise him, Elio becomes obsessed with the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Who hasn't? A childhood visit to a space exhibit plants a seed that grows into a desire to be abducted by aliens, convinced that somewhere out there he might finally be understood. And as he attempts to make contact, Elio inadvertently sets larger events into motion, drawing attention from both earthly authorities and something far beyond. When he is unexpectedly transported into space, he finds himself in the Communiverse, a vast intergalactic assembly of alien civilizations who mistakenly believe that he is the sole representative for planet Earth. And before he can correct that, a looming interstellar threat forces Elio into a position far bigger than his young mind ever imagined, pushing him to prove himself in ways that he never has before. While navigating alien politics, new friendships, such as with a delightful alien named Glordon, voiced by Remy Edgerly, and escalating danger, Elio must also confront his own feelings of isolation and identity. Back on Earth, his aunt senses that something isn't quite right and has to figure out how to save Elio and perhaps the world? Look, it was honestly refreshing to see a somewhat original story from the House of Mouse that wasn't a sequel, a remake, or a prequel, right? In this landscape dominated by familiar IP, Elio, it feels like a genuine swing into, well, maybe not something entirely new. I mean, we've had Lilo and Stitch, but look, they attempted to do something a little new, and, it follows the Pixar blueprint for the family-oriented storytelling, so, if it ain't broke, right? Visually, the space sequences are bursting with color and imagination. There's a real sense of, the cosmic wonder baked into the design. At times, it captures that jaw-dropping awe that I remember from, childhood trips to space observatories when everything felt so big and so magical. So I did appreciate that. Elio himself is a very easy hero to root for. The loneliness, that longing, it felt grounded. And the film really smartly leans into those themes without making them overtly heavy. And again, who hasn't at childhood felt so out of place that they wished they could go to another world? Look, Pixar handles this well. The emotional beats between Elio and Olga, and even Elio and Glordon and his father, it gives the film its heart. And when it focuses on those relationships, that's why we go to Pixar films. Performance-wise, Jonas Kibrieb and Remy Edgerly bring warmth and humor to Elio and Glordon, and there's something undeniably satisfying about hearing Brad Garrett's booming bass as Lord Grygon. If you haven't seen it, it's the one with the 4 eyes at the top of that poster. Look, Ultimately, is the plot predictable? Yes. Are some of the jokes telegraphed? Yes. Did they put some of the best ones in the trailer? Sure. But there's still some charm in the execution. The alien cavalcade of character design is delightful, probably one of the more vibrant ensembles we've seen since the original crew of Lilo and Stitch. And this time, many of them are given room to breathe a little bit. And, when the spectacle lands, there's exciting. And when the heart lands, that's what makes it work. So, box office and awards. At the end of its run, the film made $72,987,454 domestically and $81,303,728 internationally for a worldwide total of $154,291,182. Review-wise, the film sits with an 83% tomato meter from 229 critical reviews and an 89% popcorn meter from over 2,500 audience reviews. Award season-wise, in addition to the nod for Best Animated Feature, Elio was nominated for 10 Annie Awards. It didn't win any. Nothing really won against K-pop Demon Hunters this season. But it was nominated for Best Feature, Character Design, Character Animation, Music, Production Design, Storyboarding, Voice Acting, Writing, Editorial, and Visual Effects. Elio was also nominated for Best Animated Feature at the BAFTAs, the Critics' Choice Awards, the Golden Globes, and there are several Guild nominations, such as Outstanding Achievement in Casting for an Animated Feature by the Casting Society of America, Outstanding Producer of Animated Theatrical Motion Pictures, by the Producers Guild, and Production Design for an Animated Feature by the Art Directors Guild, in addition to other recognition by film festivals and critic circles. And again, it is one of the 5 nominated films for Best Animated Feature of the year. Where do I land? I have to say, I was more impressed with this one than I thought I would be going in. I went in with low expectations, which, to say that, makes this Disney kid's heart hang heavy. But I haven't really felt the magic in years. But I was pleasantly surprised by this film. And look, I'm not going to say that it's a massively incredible top of the ratings hit, but look, this is it's a 3-star film. Great for the kids, great messages, great visuals. Look, it's mid-ground, but I'll take that. If you need to catch up and watch Elio before the Oscars, you can do so on Disney+. All right. Thank you all for joining me for episode 79 of Award Season Review, Season 4. We've only got 19 days left, so make sure you stay with me. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, drop your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me everywhere, social platforms, Letterboxd, and of course, head over to CinephileMike.com for even more reviews, movie goodies, predictions, interviews. I'll be back tomorrow with the next review, but until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.